Hey, what's up, guys? Wayne Chappelle here, your favorite broker and host. And I got a question for you. Do you have clients who are asking you a bunch of questions about the coronavirus, and are they starting to freak out? This is the topic that we're going to cover in this video today. So if this is something that interests you, if you're an agent and you're starting to get these questions from your clients and they're starting to cancel appointments, stay tuned so that we can discuss this. Hey, what's up, guys? Wayne Chappelle back at you, and let's discuss this coronavirus situation that seems to be becoming a center of discussion for everybody, including in the real estate industry. And specifically, the reason that I'm even bringing this video up, I kind of been watching from the sidelines. But here recently, I actually had a client cancel a listing on me in response to the coronavirus outbreak. So that kind of made me stop and think, okay, I need to look at this a little bit further, see what's going on, how this is going to impact things. I mean, obviously the pandemic or the outbreak is having a significant impact on a lot of things, from the real estate to the stock market, to people's reactions, and they span both sides of the spectrum. Some people are just like, they're treating it like the flu, no big deal, business as usual. And some people are outright freaking out in regards to what's happening around the world. Obviously, from the research that I've seen, the coronavirus originated or started coming out of China, and it kind of spread throughout several countries at this point. And now it has come here to the United States, and people are starting to become in a panic. Now, currently, as I'm doing this video, a lot of this outbreak and contamination is kind of centered around Washington state and the West Coast. But up to recently, here in Georgia, and specifically in the Atlanta metro area, more specific in Fulton County, we have 2 confirmed cases of individuals. So there's 2 individuals at this point that are quarantined in Fulton County who tested positive for the coronavirus, which basically caused my client to freak out. They are also in Fulton County, but they freaked out, said, okay, we got to put a stop to, our real estate plans and goals at this point until we find out where this pandemic or epidemic is going to go. So I've seen an impact in my business. So that kind of sparked me to come out and make this video to see if you guys have seen anything, impacting your business on the real estate side, on the business side, whether it be real estate or something else. But specifically, I'm bringing this up in regards to my real estate folks. I'm seeing it on my end. Like I mentioned, I just had a client who canceled a listing on me out of an overabundance of concern, in my opinion. But nevertheless, it's their right and their choice to do so. I'm kind of on the other side of the spectrum at this point. Even though there's about 100 cases or so confirmed in the United States as I'm making this video. And there's 2 here that are in Georgia, and also on the East Coast in North Carolina, and I also know in New York. So I do understand there's a bit of concern there. Like I said, I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum from where my client is. I mean, they're at extreme caution at this point, and I'm kind of treating it as another flu-like type symptom. It hasn't affected me yet, but I have been conscious of, washing and cleaning my hands and trying to be conscious of my environment. You know, if I see people who are coughing, sneezing and stuff like that, I try to avoid them at all costs. Because you never know how this stuff is going to spread, whether you're going to get the flu or whether you're going to catch the coronavirus. But back in 2003, you know, there was another pandemic, you know, with the SARS virus that spread out, and everybody went into a panic back then. So we're talking 17 years ago, we had that pandemic, or that, you know, disease had started spreading with the SARS. And I forgot what SARS, let me pull that up. I was actually trying to do some research on this real quick before I did the video, but SARS stands for severe acute respiratory syndrome. And now they're, you know, from what I'm seeing on the CDC, they're actually naming this like SARS version 2, which is what I was seeing on the CDC. They're calling this SARS-CoV-2 in relation to, you know, it has some of the same respiratory type attacks that it's doing from this virus. Now, I'm no scientist or and I don't work for the CDC or anything like that. So I'm not going to step out of bounds and try to say that I know too much about, you know, these epidemics or these diseases as they're, you know, impacting us as humans. I do know that from my research, it started from bats and then, you know, went to animals and kind of got, you know, migrated over to us human, you know, in the human population. So I don't know too much about that. I'm really trying to focus on how this pandemic is affecting the real estate industry, the business industry. The Fed came out and did an emergency interest rate cut. So that's something that's pretty huge. You know, I'll throw a plug in there. If you're out buying a house right now, now's a good time to do so. Take advantage of the emergency cut in interest rates. But that's also having an effect, right? But in relation to that, I was kind of caught off guard a little bit by my client canceling the listing on me due to, you know, concerns of, you know, them relocating, and also the concerns of having strangers coming through their house and contaminating things in their home, right? So one fun fact that I will show you guys on the camera right here, I do have some disinfecting products in my house that I want to use for a demonstration here. So I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see if I can kind of focus the camera here and see if I can get in on, I don't know if you guys would be able to see that, but this does say human coronavirus, the coronavirus, which is actually on, let me focus this camera back here. This is a Lysol product. So it doesn't do the novel coronavirus, which is what we're dealing with today. But also I have Lysol wipes here, and I'll show you on this one too, if I can figure out where it is on the camera. I did put a mark on it. Where'd it go? It's up top here. Let's see if I can focus on there so you guys can see that. So hopefully you guys can see that. I'm trying to focus this in. Hopefully that came out on the camera. I'm not sure. But these Lysol products are what a lot of people are using right now to kind of disinfect their homes. Obviously, this is for non-porous items such as, you know, countertops and, you know, bathroom fixtures and things of that nature. I don't know how well it's going to work on your skin because it's porous, right? Purell came out and said that, you know, they made claims that they can, their product was fighting against the novel coronavirus, but quickly had to retract that based on the information that, you know, basically pushback from the FDA on that. Because there's no actual testing that's been done on this version of the coronavirus to be able to state those claims. So even though these products have, you know, the coronavirus on there, They're actually the human coronavirus form and not the novel one that, just recently got discovered. So that therein lies the challenge with that. But, with the concerns of what's happening with, clients, I'm curious to know, do you guys out there, are experiencing the same thing that I am? Now, I can tell you, outside of having a listing that is going to be postponed indefinitely now, because I don't know how long we're going to be dealing with this pandemic, and I don't know when my clients are going to have a change of heart in regards to going back to market. But what I can tell you is I'm getting a lot of people that are asking me. I've been out on several listing appointments, and if the question comes up, which it does, and it's coming up more and more frequently now that we have active cases in Georgia, is how is this going to impact the market? How is this going to impact their sale? What should they be doing, to counteract what's going on with the market? And, honestly, I really don't have a good answer for that. It's kind of, you have to just play things out as they happen and make adjustments on the fly. Because it's hard to predict what's going to happen, right? Right now, there's only 2 cases here in the metro Atlanta area. I don't know, if that's going to get worse. Out in Washington, every day there's like 6 times the amount of people testing positive for the coronavirus. So out there, there's more people acquiring this disease every day. Here, the people are quarantined. I don't know if it's, tomorrow I may wake up, there may be 4 people, and the day after that, maybe 8 people, and the day after that, maybe 16. I don't know how that's going to play out here in the metro Atlanta area and how that's going to affect real estate. But I wanted to pose a question to you guys. I know you guys are some of you guys are local here to my market, and, a lot of you guys are not in my market. Some of you may be even in Washington. I'm curious to hear from you guys who are out on the West Coast who are dealing with this in a more concentrated manner. What are you guys doing in your business? Because I'm sure it's impacting your real estate business more than it is over here in Atlanta. If any of you guys are out there who are experiencing this, or anybody in general who's having clients or customers that they're trying to work with, having these fears starting to build up, and how you guys are addressing it. I work on the listing side, so I kind of advise my clients to, hey, yeah, there's risk involved in this, but, here's the things that we can do to kind of work around that. Obviously, being able to disinfect stuff and, just practice good habits of, washing your hands all the time and, trying to keep yourself clean, keeping hand sanitizer and, staying away from people that are sick. This is common sense, type stuff that you should be doing, whether somebody has the flu or the coronavirus, to help prevent you from getting or contracting that disease. So I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. I'm done bumping my gums, but before I go, please, provide your comments and feedback below. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm definitely looking forward to what you guys have to say in regards to this corona outbreak and pandemic that we're starting to see here in the United States. But with that being said, guys, as always, go out there, have a blessed day, go out there and make it happen. And I will see you guys on the next video.